Bye Pinong, hi fam, welcome back to Saeng's Kitchen. Today's video is very exciting because it's a common question I usually get. How do I find the right sticky rice to use in my Lao cuisine? Well, this video is all about those answers. It's gonna go in depth on the different types of sticky rice, the rice that often gets confused with sticky rice, and also we're just gonna look at all the extra detail when it comes to like making traditional sticky rice with this type of equipment. And I have something special that you probably haven't seen on other channels yet on how to cook sticky rice. Also a more modern way of making Lao sticky rice. If you don't have any of this equipment, I'll show you that as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started on how to find the right sticky rice, how to cook it, and all that good stuff. Part one is all about the different types of sticky rice and the one that probably gets confused with sticky rice. So as you can see right in front of me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of rice, and we're gonna go through each one so you know which one you may want to eat when it comes to your Lao cuisine. So let's, where do I start? I'm gonna keep the special one last because it is very special and probably my most cherished type of sticky rice. So let's actually start with the first one, the most common one. It is a long grain type of sticky rice, and this is the one that you'll probably most likely see at a lot of Asian grocery stores. It's long grain sticky rice, or sometimes it's called sweet rice, mochi rice, or maybe even waxy rice. I think I've seen that somewhere. But yeah, this is probably the most common one that you'll find that you can use very easily in Lao cooking. Right next to it is actually not sticky rice. So this one is confused with sticky rice because oftentimes people say Thai rice, but what is Thai rice? So not to get those confused, but Thai rice most often and the most common eaten rice in Thailand is actually jasmine rice, which is this one right over here. And it's a more opaque looking type of rice. The grain size is almost similar, but maybe the jasmine rice is a little bit longer. So we have Coda Farms. It's a brand here in California. They make, I think, another variety of rice as well, but I have their superior short grain sweet rice version. And it is, let me show you, I didn't take it out yet, but I'm gonna put it right here. And instantly you can see there's a huge difference in what it looks like. So this Coda Farms sweet rice is shorter in grain size and wider. It's more of an ovally shape than the other rices are more like lengthy long, okay? But it can serve the same purpose as the original sweet rice. So the next brand is a common one that I see a lot of people enjoy. It is called Apple brand sweet rice. So you can see the themes, I guess. The themes of it being called sweet rice. Let's take it out of the bag and see what it looks like. And immediately you can see a difference as well. So when it comes to the Apple brand, it's most closely looks like Coda Farm sweet rice. But the big difference is that these grains are a little bit actually bigger than the Coda ones. So if you like sweet rice or sticky rice that is like thicker, if you like it thick, go with the Apple brand. But if you like it in the middle, maybe the Coda ones will work for you. And if you like it a little bit thinner, the original one from Thailand will work as well. Okay, so those are 4 different types of rice, and now I'm gonna show you one of my favorites. It's really hard to get and hard to find, and so I try not to use it too often, only for special occasions like this. I already opened it to make some sticky rice for another video that you can look right over here. Oh no. As I said, it's rare. I'm dropping all the grains. So this rice is directly from Laos. It is called khao kai noi, which translates to like chicken rice that is like a small chicken size, because it is literally that. And so let me pour some out into this bowl. Beautiful. Oh, I love this rice. It's so beautiful. Okay, so immediately you actually see a color difference. So the Lao sticky rice is actually darker white. It's almost like a tan actually. like a tan white color. And I think the reason is because it's not as processed as all these other types of rices. Unfortunately, you can only find this rice in Laos and they don't export it. So you literally have to go to Laos, which I did, and then bring however much back with you. But this is probably one of the best sticky rice I've ever had. And no wonder why people in Laos are called children of sticky rice, because they know how to grow sticky rice so well. And this type of grain is only found in Saeng Douangdara, so that's in the northern part of Laos. And I was sharing this with friends the other day, and they were so intrigued how different it tastes. It's really subtle, but also very distinct. So this type of rice, it's almost more nutty, more fragrant, and it's very soft. It stays soft longer than the other types of sticky rice that I've cooked. Part 2 is all about the different types of sticky rice cookware. Most of these are actually from Laos, and it's because that's where the expertise comes from, the master of sticky rice. And I'm going to talk about this first one right in front of me. It is probably the most common one that I've seen and that I also use as well. But this one right here, you have this base right here that kind of goes inward to create like this triangular cone. And then it has this one, this upside down triangle that goes right on top, and then a lid. Any type of lid will work when you're cooking sticky rice. This is probably the most fragile. So in Lao, we call this huat nung kao. Most of the time when we're talking about different sticky rice cookware, we're going to talk about what is holding the actual sticky rice, which is this contraption. So this contraption is made out of woven bamboo, and it's so you can see it like folds in and out fairly easily. So on the plus side, it is bendable, but also on the negative side, you have to be fragile with it because it can kind of break easily if you are too rough with it. So for example, like I'm trying to be as careful as possible with this one. You can see right here, it's already like frailing open. But you just have to be extra gentle with it. It's probably the most common one where you'll see people flipping the sticky rice just so that the bottom sticky rice is fully cooked versus the top. So this right here, you probably most likely have seen around because this is used a lot, oftentimes for dim sum at Chinese restaurants. You'll see them opening this up and having a variety of different dim sum foods in here, but you can also use this for sticky rice. It is also made of bamboo, and so my suggestion is, because you can see there are holes in here, that makes it easy for the sticky rice to fall through. And so to prevent that, all you're gonna do is just get some type of cloth that can be used in cooking. So like cheesecloth is totally fine. Put it on the bottom, and then you put however much amount of rice you're gonna be cooking, wrap it up, close it, and then you're gonna cook it for 30 minutes. Opening it, and of course do not flip it because it's gonna be hard to flip in this, but you're just gonna like use a spoon to make sure the rice is well mixed and everything cooks evenly. Okay, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. My mom said it's called muoi nung kao, so muoi, is that right? But this is even more traditional. This is probably one of the original versions of a sticky rice cooker in Laos. So you can see it's perfectly circular. It has a net down here, and then on the back also has some wires to keep it sturdy. Yeah, this is actually the one that I grew up seeing my family use. And one of the unique and maybe benefits of using this is that you actually don't need to flip your sticky rice. So you put all your sticky rice in here, and then the uncooked or the leftover sticky rice from the day before on top. Put a lid, whatever type of lid you have, on there, and then you let it cook for 20-25 minutes and you're done. So no flipping in this type of contraption. And this is also woven and made out of bamboo. Next one is one of my favorites. I actually just used it for the first time the other day, and I am in love with it. So it's really cool. I don't think you can get it anywhere in the States, unfortunately, but I actually brought this back with me from Laos. As you can see, it's kind of clunky and large, but is well worth the hassle of getting it back. So let me show you the components. So the components here, we have this thing. It's like a woven bamboo mat almost, and it just goes right inside of this. And so these sticks right here prevent it from falling out. So you put it in like this, and then your rice doesn't fall out. So that's the cool part. And it's a rather thick type of contraption. And instead of bamboo, this is made out of wood. This is even more traditional than this one. So I believe this came first. So you know, it's like the chicken or the egg. This came first, and then it transformed into this, and then it transformed into this. So you can see like the evolution of the sticky rice cookers. I still love this one. When I was in Laos for a month, I went to Saeng Douangdara, and one of the people I was staying with, her house, she told me that she was using this one. She told me that this is a very ceremonial type of sticky rice cooker, and I believe it's because it's so like rustic and old. So this one you also don't flip. All you do, put it rice in here, cook it for 20-25 minutes, put a lid, you're done. So super fast. And then here's this. And then you just put a lid, whatever type of lid you have, on top, and there you go. It looks pretty cool. I have this one. I got it at a Lao festival in Elgin, Illinois, at the temple. I think it was the June festival. I was there for a bit with my family to celebrate, and I saw this one and I was immediately drawn to it because it was so cute. So I would say this is the category of a mui kao, mui huat kao, because it's circular, small. So I'm assuming you don't flip this one either. I've cooked it once, but I don't think I did it correctly, so I'm gonna try it again. But here's the small pot. You bring water to a boil, put this on top, and then let your small amount of rice cook. So this is a really useful one for those times when you're just eating by yourself and you don't want a whole batch of sticky rice to cook and go to waste. So this one's a really cute one. This is part 3. I'm gonna show you how to cook in this contraption, a moi huat kao. Also, this one will be the same type of instructions, okay? I'm just gonna show you how it's done in this one. And I actually made the video earlier, so I'm gonna put it right here to the side and talk you all through what is actually happening. But we're using the kao gai noi, and it looks like this. It's very small, it's like a tan color, and you're gonna treat it the same way, but I'm gonna treat it even extra gentle. You're gonna put it in a bowl first, you're gonna cover it with water, and then you're gonna gently mix it with your hands, go in a full circle, and you're gonna see all the extra starch and whatever else come off from the grains of rice. And this helps the process of getting the rice soaked well, so it becomes like plump and soft. So you're gonna do this 3 times, remove the water, put the water back in, rinse it, mix it, do all that good stuff. And then after the 3rd time, the water should be less cloudy. So you're gonna fill it with new water. And because I'm letting this sit for 2 hours instead of overnight. So if you let it sit for overnight, you can just put room temperature water, cover it, let it do its thing. But if you're in a rush or don't have time to do it overnight, and you have 1 or 2 hours, this is 2 hours, try to get as warm as possible, not hot or not boiling, because that's gonna ruin the rice, but really warm. Put it in the bowl, and then just let your rice sit for an hour or 2 until it's ready to be cooked. So after the 2 hours, you're gonna take your moi, and then you're gonna put all the rice right into the container, and make sure that your thing is in there, or else all your rice is gonna fall out, okay? We don't want that to happen. So put it right in there, and then make sure all the water comes out from the bottom into your sink. And then you're gonna put water in here about, I would say, 2/3 of the way full, just so enough it doesn't like boil and hit the rice grains on the bottom. And then go ahead and bring it to a boil. You're gonna put your moi back on top, and then you're gonna put the lid on, whatever lid you have. And I like to keep it on high heat because there's extra steam and more power in there. And so let it steam for about 20 to 25 minutes. You can check on it, make sure the rice is soft and plump. And then when it's done, you're gonna open it up. Oh, and this process, remember, you don't flip. So just let it cook all the way through 20-25 minutes. Take it out. You can actually hold this. It's not gonna be too hot. It'll be warm. So I guess this is a nice, like, you don't need, or maybe it's just my hands. But you can take it out of the container. Be careful, this will be very hot, so be careful. And then use whatever mat you're gonna use and plop it right on top. of your mat that you're gonna use to put the rice on, take it off, and then you should have your rice. Let me see if I have some. You should have your rice on the mat here, and then like break the rice open. Oh, and this thing is actually gonna fall in with it. So this thing right here, it's gonna fall in with the rice, and then you take it off, and then take a wooden spoon and just like let the heat come out of the rice so it doesn't overcook. And then once it is warm enough to touch, go ahead and start turning it into a ball. And then you're gonna, let me grab your container that you use to hold sticky rice in, and just put your rice right in there. And then you can enjoy it as soon as possible, or just wait until your dinner is ready. But one of my things that my parents like doing is just wrapping your sticky rice in like a really nice warm blanket. It's like a little kid. You wrap it in a blanket and it'll keep it warm for a while. So you can use that technique as well. But yeah, let me show you the cooked khao gai noi. It looks so delicious. So here is my small container of my very precious khao gai noi. Open it up. So luckily, some of my friends already got their hands in here and got to eat half of this. Lucky them. So you're gonna go ahead and grab. This is a day old. So what? It's actually so. The big difference with this rice is actually it's still soft, which I'm so surprised at. Like the other type of rice, if you cook it, would be hard by today. So this has been over 24 hours. But this one is still soft, which is great. So you can see that the grains are still separate. It's still slightly tan white color. It's so good. It's like that nutty with that fragrance that also comes out. I was eating this with gyao bong, you'll see in the video. So good. It's just such a special type of rice that you can only get in Laos. And so when you get a chance to eat it, like it really makes me grateful for every grain of sticky rice, just like how my parents taught me growing up, like you should cherish every grain. And now I understand why it's so important. So if you found this video helpful and useful, go ahead and comment below, like the video, and subscribe to my channel so that all these videos will be up on your feed as soon as possible. And I would love it if you could also share this video with all your friends that also want to learn about Lao cuisine, especially when it comes to sticky rice. Now that you know how to make sticky rice and probably have your sticky rice made, what's your favorite thing you like to eat sticky rice with? Comment below. And if you want to watch my other videos on how to make Lao sticky rice the other way, click right here. And finally, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time on Saeng's Kitchen. Bye!